Hi, it's Nell with the blog JoyUsGarden, and today I'm going to be completely cutting back my Philodendron Brasil, a very popular hanging house plant, so stick around for that. So I've had this plant for about 4 years, maybe 5 years. I've done a care post and video on it. I've also done a propagation, a pruning and propagation video and post on it, but I only cut the ends because it just grows so fast, hits the ground, and I just have to cut it. So I was just mainly taking off cuttings that were maybe like a foot long or 2 feet long, but something happened this year. I think it just needs to be repotted. It's in a 6-inch pot, needs new soil, and it's just looking kind of blah. It's not for lack of light. I get so much light here in my kitchen in Tucson, Arizona, so it's not that. I just think it needs a freshening up on the soil and a good old haircut. So I'm starting with this stem, which was previously pruned here at one point, and this is the new growth it has put out here. But as you can see, it's all kind of straggly here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it right there, right below a node. And there is a cutting there. I'm not going to propagate this part. I'm just going to cut this off. I think what I'm only going to do is propagate this part here. And that'll just be the waste there. So there's a nice cutting right there. And this is a cultivar of the heartleaf, philodendron. So if it looks, familiar, that's why. And some of the leaves, most of the leaves have this, variegation in it, like the flag of Brazil. But some of them are greener, like this one here. Here's where this is here. I'll just cut off that, just for the sake of the video. I will cut these all apart into more cuttings too. But here's where you can see that beautiful variegation of this plant. I'm about 2/3 of the way through. Just wanted to show you a few things. Here's some more of the craziness here. This is basically what I'm doing. And then, oops, I'm going to have so many cuttings. If you see something like this, which you will, how big, because you can see some on the plant, these are actually the roots. These are actually some of the dried up, roots here, right there. So that's what that wacky brown stuff is coming off of the stem. And there's one other thing I want, right here. This stem here I'm not going to cut it all the way back because it has this new growth coming here off of the stem here. So I'm just going to cut it right below this growth here. Just nice clean cut across under it. And out of all that, it's almost all stem here. So that's it. So what I'm going to do with some of these cuttings is I'm actually going to plant some of them back into the repotted plant after it gets repotted and they root. And then I'm just going to give the rest away. Okay, so wow, it really shows the wall here now. And this plant has just been covering it up since I moved. And so this is how it looks. There's a couple of them that are going up the hangers here, but I will show you that when I go to repot this plant. But it's a great time of year to do this. It is like June 7th, I think, or June 6th. So it's right very end of spring, almost summer. It's really nice and warm. Great time to repot during the growing season. And there was one other thing I wanted to show you before we move on to the cuttings. Oh, here it is. Maybe Masami is behind the camera and he may need to get up here, but this is, he might be, this is new growth appearing off of this stem. It's going to appear off of there. So I kept that there, and that's what's going to happen off of these short stems here. So I'll clean up the plant here, untangle it, but I'm going to leave it this way for now. And then I'm going to repot it, and hopefully by the end of summer, it'll at least be down to here. Okay, so I'm just going to show you a few of these cuttings, how I propagate them, because I have done a whole propagation video before, but these I've already cut back a bit. Here's one here, and I cut it off of here, and here is the plant down here. So I think what I'm actually going to do is just cut this one shorter here, because this came off of here, and this is a little thin anyway. So I'm going to put that in a smaller vase. So let's get this into the compost pile. And then we have this one. I would be, here comes the cat to help, of course. And this is one that had two coming off of it here. And what I'm going to do is cut this one off here, right about here, and this one off here. So off of this one, I'll get two cuttings. It's always nice to have a cat to help. This is my Tassie cat, by the way. And just cut off fresh. And I'll show you close up. See, those are the roots starting to, that they're dry now, but once they get in water, the roots will form off the nodes here. So this one is going back in too. I'll use it for something else. And that's basically all you do. You'll see roots start to appear anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how warm you are and all that. So they do root really fast. You can also do this in a very loose soil mix, but I prefer to do it in water because I like to see the rooting action. So here are the longer cuttings. It makes quite a beautiful arrangement, and I dumped out a little bit of the water, so it's all set to start rooting now. So we're still getting the hang of doing a little filming indoors, so the outro didn't quite go on the last one. So I just wanted to tell you that I've done a care video on the Philodendron Brasil, and I've also done a propagation video and post. Both of those links will be down below where it says show more. So I hope you have found this video to be helpful. I have a lot more videos coming your way, both about gardening, both indoors and outdoors, so stick around for those. I'm going to try to upload on a much more regular basis again, so I'm happy about that. And let's see, let's get into our gardens and make our worlds a more beautiful place. As always, I thank you so much for watching, for all your likes and your subscribes. I appreciate them. And for now, goodbye, and I'll catch you in the next video.